Humans have taken Mother Earth for granted and now we're paying the price for it. To put things into perspective and show you how bad the situation is, here is a list of natural calamities that happened in 2020 alone, which shows nature is sending us a message. 1. Forest fires that have been burning for several days in northern Ukraine are now no more than a few kilometers from the abandoned Chernobyl nuclear plant. Wildfires and strong winds have been stirring up radiation in the radioactive forest. Wildfires break out in the area often, but the fires currently blazing after a warm and dry winter are much larger than the usual blazes. The largest fire covered 34,000 hectares, while a second fire just a kilometer from the former plant was 12,000 hectares in area. 2. Kenya is experiencing its worst locust swarms for 70 years. Swarming locusts are advancing across East Africa, Asia and the Middle East, threatening food supply and livelihoods. At least 20 million people are at risk as governments and scientists race to control the insects. In Kenya, one unusually large swarm occupied an area of 2,400 square kilometers, more than 3 times the size of New York City, with the ability to consume the equivalent of what at least 3.5 million people would eat in a day. 3. A volcano south of the Philippine capital erupted in January, sending a massive plume of ash and steam spewing miles into the sky and pushing red-hot lava out of its crater, forcing over 135,000 people into shelters over fears of a massive blast. Raising the alert level for Taal volcano to level 4 from level 1, with level 5 being the highest. Also Anak Krakatau, child of infamous Krakatau, volcano began erupting in first week of April, spewing out a 500-meter high column of ash that blew to the north. 4. Third state of emergency was called in New South Wales, Australia in January, as bushfires threatened the south coast of the country. The deadly wildfires had prompted cities to evacuate and burn tens of millions of acres. As of March 2020, at least 1 billion animals were believed to have lost lives in the fires, as more than 100 species were in need of emergency intervention in order to survive, and some endangered species may be driven to extinction. The major fires, which peaked during December to January, have since been contained. 5. The coronavirus outbreak came to light on December 31, 2019, when China informed the World Health Organization of COVID-19. The novel coronavirus, which causes a respiratory disease, is believed to have started in a wet market in the city of Wuhan, located in the Hubei province of China. A little over 3 months since the first coronavirus was reported in China, the pandemic passed a grim milestone. The worldwide fatality toll from the coronavirus has surpassed 101,000 amid about 1.6 million cases and more than 372,000 recoveries. 6. Apart from these major catastrophes, there are several other disasters that happened in 2020 which shows how chronic the situation is. In January, a magnitude 6.8 earthquake took about 50 lives in Turkey's Elazığ province, and its neighbor, Malatya province. The glaciers in New Zealand turned brown after being exposed to dust from Aussie's bushfires, and this could cause the glaciers to melt as much as 30%. Dubai got heavily affected by floods and numerous flights have been delayed or cancelled. Flooding in Jakarta that is said to be the worst over the last decade and has taken 66 lives to date. More than 100 people lost their lives to the heaviest snowfall to hit the Himalayan region of Kashmir in a century.